He's got the toys. He's got showmanship. And he's got sex appeal. Ladies and gentlemen, from the great Southwest, here's the guru of gadgets, the dapper and dashing Don Baine, the Gadget Professor. Gadget Professor.
Hello everyone, my name is Don Baine, and of course I am the Gadget Professor. Welcome, I'm so happy that you tuned in. We are on episode 162. We have a great show today. We have a very cool gadget. We'll take a quick peek at camera 2. This is going to be about the Seagate Central, and we'll talk about that in a few minutes. Interesting device. So if you're new to the Gadget Professor, welcome. If you're old, welcome back. Easy to get to the Gadget Professor. Just go to thegadgetprofessor.com. And you can watch the show right there. There's episode 161. You do want to get the show notes if you're new to the show. It's totally free. Just go down midway and you'll see a little button that says newsletter. Pop your email address in there. Boom. Every Thursday evening, as soon as the episode is finished and posted, you will get in your email inbox the show notes, which is essentially all the things that we talked about. The URLs will be there, and they will all be hot links, so you just push the button and you got the info, so that's easy to do. Also, we are on Facebook. It's Facebook.com/The Gadget Professor. You can ask me questions on there. Or you can email me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at thegadgetprofessor@gmail.com. Thegadgetprofessor@gmail.com. And I do answer all my email. I got a ton of emails last week, and I might, if I have time, I'll take up 1 or 2 of them. They were pretty interesting. Also, if you want to follow me on Twitter, that would be @Gadget Professor, @Gadget Professor. I tweet hundreds of times a day, and actually we have a Rebel Mouse page. And what that Rebel Mouse page actually does is it takes all the things that we tweeted about and puts a pictorial up of them. And you click on the one you like or the one you think that looks cool, and it tells you everything you need to know about it. This page probably changes every 15 minutes. It's a very dynamic page, and courtesy of the Gadget Professor, totally free. You can find that at rebelmouse/Gadget Professor. So enough of that. Let's get right into it. I did get a lot of emails thanking me for the codes and for doing the review on these Aki Power supplies. They are excellent. I have used mine all week. Gave one to my daughter. She used it, and they work real well. I'm real happy with them. Those codes are still in effect, so again, if you have the show notes, you don't need this information, but if you're new to the Gadget Professor, the code for this is get 5 off, and you will get $5 off when you go to Amazon, and that's on the 3,000 milliamp one, and this fits great in women's purses and does a great job to power any smartphone that you have. So for that price, there is nothing that's even going to come close to the functionality and the high quality of this particular product. And also, if you want to get $7 off, if you want a beefier charger, this one is 8,000 milliamps, and this has that li-polymer battery, which is great. So does the other one, and you can get $7 off. So it's get 7 off if you use that code when you check out at Amazon. So those codes will not run forever, but they're active now. And again, at that price, it's a phenomenal deal. Trust me, it is. Okay, let's start off the show today by talking about who's been hacked. And today we have a company that I think everybody's heard of. They certainly have a multi-million-dollar ad campaign on TV. And hackers shut down Ancestry.com, the genealogy site. Officials at Provo, Utah-based company says that hackers on Monday afternoon fooled the site into thinking that it was an inordinate amount of traffic flooding it, which crashed the server. The company chief technology officer, Scott Sorensen, apologized in a statement to family history researchers for the inconvenience and a sad situation that was just as frustrating to the company. So there you go again. How would you like to have all your family information on Ancestry.com, paying for the subscription, doing your thing, and then having all that hacked and having someone else get their hands on that information? I don't know. Like I say every week, if you have a young kid that's interested in getting a job when they get out of college, I guarantee you there is a lot of opportunity in the security, computer security, area. There are tons of jobs, and there will be even more tons of jobs in the coming years, because hacking is getting to be an hourly occurrence, not even a daily occurrence. Speaking of hacking, we have another company that everybody's heard of, and it's called Pinterest, and that was hacked again. This is the second time it was hacked. Weight loss spam floods the site just months after semi-naked pictures replaced feeds. Users inadvertently posted about weight loss on Pinterest and Twitter on both sites, and messages of Asian fruit that burns fat for you. You can be 12 pounds lighter. In any event, that's the second time it was hacked. You can read all about it on the show notes. I'm not going to spend a lot of time, but man, you would think these companies would smarten up and tighten up, but they just don't get it. And last but not least, speaking of pizza, we weren't speaking of it, but I always like to speak about pizza. I can do a whole show on pizza. Maybe someday I'll do that. That's a different time, different story. But Domino's has been hacked. If you're going to Domino's, keep in mind that a group of hackers known as Red Mundu have done the unthinkable. They have infiltrated the accounts of over 600,000 Domino pizza customers in Belgium and France. As nice as it is to think that they just needed help on deciding what toppings to get, blah, 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 the article goes on, but there's three companies that we've all heard of, prominent companies, spend multi-millions of dollars in advertising campaigns, and they all got hacked, and some of them are on their second hacking, and I'm sure they'll be on their third and fourth. So you got to be careful out there. Okay, enough about hacking. But here's an article, and this actually should be the rant of the day, but I can't rant about it because it hasn't happened yet, but it's in process, and everybody's going to be ranting about it. You may not know this, but a company called Comcast, that's a big, big internet provider, is testing a program that will charge you extra if you use too much data. That's right, they're going to charge you more if you use a certain amount of predetermined data. Who determines how much? Well, of course they do. Comcast is testing data caps for its broadband internet customers that would limit them to 300 gigabytes per month. That's 300 gigabytes per month. If you go over that, you'll be charged more. Comcast has started open trials of its home broadcast data caps in several large markets around the company. Here are the regions affected. Listen up. Mobile, Alabama, Huntsville, Alabama, Tucson, Arizona, Atlanta, Georgia, Augusta, Georgia, Savannah, Georgia, they like Georgia for some reason, Jackson, Mississippi, Charleston, South Carolina, Knoxville, Tennessee, Memphis, Tennessee, all of central Kentucky, and the entire state of Maine. I don't know where they got them from or what made them determine that, but I guess the people in Maine have nothing else to do except surf the internet and use that bandwidth up. Comcast will limit those residential customers using its Xfinity internet service to 300 gigabytes per month. They will have to pay $10 for each additional block of 50 gigabytes that they use, depending upon one's compression stream. A Comcast spokesman, Charlie Douglas, told the Times leader that 300 gigabytes could get you more than 230 hours of high-definition movies, or also 570 hours of standard definition movies, 40,000 to 93,000 ebooks a month, or 585 million tweets. So there you go. It doesn't sound like it's too threatening at the moment, but I assure you, if they put this into effect, everybody's going to follow, and everybody's going to start lowering the limit and raising the amount, how much it's going to cost once you go over the limit. And these guys have all the power, and it's not a cool thing. If you think your cell phone service is ripping you off, you ain't seen nothing yet. So I would keep my eye on Comcast and see how that goes. And because it's a privately held company, I don't know if the FCC has any jurisdiction in that particular situation where they can determine how much a privately held company can charge. But we'll keep you posted on that, so you don't have to keep posted. And now for some fun stuff. Emojipedia. I'm sure you've never heard of it, but I'm sure you used it. This is essentially what's called emoji, is the type of emotions used on the iPhone, the iPad, the Android, Windows Phone, as well as the Mac and Windows 8. And these people make all kinds of basically characters. You're familiar with them all, smileys, whatever you want to call them. And why am I talking about this? Because they are coming up with a ton of brand new emoji symbols, and you'll be able to download and get those. And here's a bunch of them right here. And there's about 100, maybe 200 new ones that will be prominent very shortly. So we'll keep you posted on that as to when they will be available. As far as I know, it's sometime in July. Now here's a great app for you. I had mentioned this a long time ago. I did get an email saying, hey GP, that's Gadget Professor, my daughter has run up a fortune in text bills on her smartphone, and anything that will do it for free. Well, yeah, there is. It's called Text Plus. Free communication with Text Plus. Text Plus does everything your carrier does at a fraction of the cost, or even totally free. So it's a free app that you can download on your Android or your iPhone, and your device and your Wi-Fi, your text and phone number and app equals free unlimited text and calls for less than 2 cents a minute. So there's no sign-up fee, there's no commitment. We'll give you a free phone number and free unlimited text to any number in the United States or Canada. You can call anyone else anywhere in the world for pennies, as I said, 2 cents, and it's much cheaper than Skype. So it works on the smartphones or your tablet. So check that out. You can read all about it. Yes, you do need Wi-Fi, and check it out. It's pretty cool, and it's free. Now, here's one, and I get this question every now and then. How do you find out what's available to stream, and then how do you get to stream it when you find out it's available? Well, here's a site that answers both those questions. It's called GoWatchIt.com. 1Q, any platform, in theaters, DVD, Blu-ray, on-demand, or online. You search anything you want, and this will automatically tell you where it's available, whether it's in the movie theaters or on DVD or in Blu-ray, or it's online that you can actually stream it. And you can search for movies across any platform and add them to one universal queue. You can share your queue and list with friends and discover what they're watching. And you can get alerts when new movies or specific types of movies are available. And it's a free app, free downloadable on Google Play, and free downloadable, yes, on the Apple Store. So check that out, and there's a ton of things, and they also have some of their own featured channels which you can check out at your own time at GoWatchIt.com. And last, we have another freebie. I got a long email, real long on this one. One gentleman downloaded some software, and it was free, and it was a virus protection software. And essentially, they put all kinds of junk. There were no viruses, but it put all kinds of junk and games and stuff that he just didn't want. I guess there were like 7 or 8 things that it loaded, and he had no clue. So long story short, in answer to his question, there's a software called Unchecky. It's at unchecky.com. If you're tired of checking unrelated offers while installing software, this is the app that you'll want to use. Have you ever felt while installing in software that the installer tries to push additional unwanted programs at no cost, of course? Ever missed a checkbox or spent hours afterwards removing all the adware? Oh yeah. Ever open your browser after installation only to find that you have a new home page? Oh yeah. A new search engine? Oh yeah. How about a new browser? Yep. Unchecky aims to keep potentially unwanted programs out of your computer. So it's totally free. You can download it. It unchecks. It warns you of stuff that you don't want on your computer, so at least you're able to stop it before it gets there. It will give you a warning, and it also will update automatically. So once you install it, it will always be update. And here's a little video that shows you exactly how it works. And a little bit of advice if you're going to use Unchecky. Again, it's free. I've tested it. It works great. There's no viruses. There's nothing on it. It's clean, and it doesn't install a bunch of junk on your computer while you're installing it. But what I would recommend is if you install it, if you have virus protection software on your computer, it probably will come up as a virus. It's not. So you may want to turn off your virus protection just while you install Unchecky. You don't have to, because it doesn't come up on every single virus protection software that's out there. It depends upon what you're running, and I can't speak to all of them. I'm just saying it has occurred that when you install this, your virus protection comes up and says, oh my God, Unchecky's a virus, but it's not. And usually when it says it's a virus, you have the ability to allow it or to disallow it. So this software is pretty good, and again, it works quite well. And last but not least, this is a very important piece of software that's free. And if you have kids or teenagers that are messing around with your computer, the worst type of infiltration that you can get on a computer, in my opinion, is a keylogger. And what a keylogger is it's not a virus, it's a tool. And what it does is you don't even know it's on your computer, and every single keystroke that you put in is copied and automatically sent to whoever put the keylogger on your computer. So it's essentially sent to their email account. When they open up their email account every half hour or every hour, every 10 minutes, whatever they set it to, every single keystroke that you wrote, your username, your password, your social security number, your credit card number, on and on and on. All that's there, every single keystroke. They get everything. So to me, that's one of the most disastrous things and fearful things that I would watch out for on a computer. And again, it's a very, very, very teeny program. It's installed in seconds, and you will never know that it's on there. So this is a piece of software that's free. It's at DWASoft. It will be in the show notes, and it's called I Hate Keyloggers. And what they have there is a couple different versions of anti-keylogging software. And essentially what it does is it will check your system, and it will tell you if there's a keylogger on it, and it will tell you, again, how to uninstall it. So I would use this. Now, interestingly enough, I'll tell you a true story. Several years ago, keyloggers aren't new. Several years ago, I had a friend who owned a company, and he had several salespeople working for them, and he had a lot of issues with these salespeople doing things that he didn't want them to do when they were, in sales or when they would bring their computer home. And he had a hard time keeping track of it. And what he did is he bought a keylogger program. You can buy these, and they're all free. I mean, not free. They're legitimate programs. You can buy them. And you're saying, why? It doesn't have to be a virus. It doesn't have to maliciously be put on your computer. So he, as a businessman, bought this software pack that put keylogger software on every one of his laptops that he owned. It was his company, and gave to his salespeople. And boy, I got to tell you, almost every single one of them was doing some nasty stuff on the computer, even bad-mouthing the company to friends and other people. And it was totally legal because he owns the computers. And actually, a lot of people don't realize, if you work for a company, the email and the internet at that place of work is their property, and they have the right to check any of that. And companies are really getting into this now and telling you when you first sign up what's involved. So you got to be real careful with this. Do your job. But this guy used the keylogger, and in a sense, it really helped him. And he also told new employees that, hey, look, here's the software, here's the hardware, here's your laptop. It's used for sales, it's used for marketing, it's used for this and that. But I'm telling you right now, I know every single thing that happens on that computer. So that's enough on that. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment that you've been waiting for, it is the gadget of the day, and we will go to camera 2 and take a look at this box. This is relatively new stuff. It's put out by a company called Seagate. They are definitely known for building hard drives, and we will take a look at the Seagate Central. And what the Seagate Central is it will put all your videos, your music, and photos stored on one device in your own personalized cloud. Now, what does that mean? Connect Seagate Central to your Wi-Fi router to organize and back up all your content in one device that you can access from anywhere. So no matter where you are, you can access it in two ways. One is via an app that you can put on your smartphone or your tablet. Secondly, you can actually go on to the web, anywhere you have a browser, and log in to your drive, to the Seagate drive, and get a hold of your data. And it automatically will back up both the PC and Mac. It will wirelessly stream and your centralized media library and gaming consoles media player to smart TVs. It will automatically integrate with those. It will access on the go with a web browser or the free app, we just mentioned that. And you can enjoy the Samsung Smart TV app, which will interface with any Samsung TV. So there's a video on the site. You can relax, knowing that all your computers are backed up. With Central, it's easy to automatically back up your multiple PC and Mac computers. It comes with the premium backup software for PCs and works seamlessly with Time Machine, that would be on the Mac, and also back up your Windows products. Enjoy a centralized media library. Once you set up Seagate Central, you can wirelessly stream your movies, your music, and your photos to any DLNA certified device on your home network, such as media players, game consoles, and smart TVs. In English, what that means is anything you have in your hard drives on anywhere in your home network, this device will recognize it and stream it for you wherever you are. It's flexible. It's a free personal cloud. It's your own cloud that works on tablets and on smartphones. So whether you're at home or on the road, you can create your own personal cloud using the free Seagate Media app for iOS and Android, making it easy to browse and enjoy your content with any interconnected mobile device. You can upload and back up photos and videos from tablets and smartphones anywhere you have Wi-Fi, 3G, or 4G connection. So this goes on and on and on about all the things that you can do. I mean, literally, on the back of the box, we'll just take a quick peek, but on the back of the box, it has about 8 things that this will do. Smartphones, tablets, computers, TVs, game consoles, yada, yada, yada. So let's take a look at what it looks like. There's a little picture of it, but yours truly has actually taken some photos because the device isn't here. It's at my house because I'm going to test it from the studio where I am now from the house. So here it is sitting on my desk, and that's kind of what it looks like. There's a pen that you can get the size of it. It's not that big. It's about the size of a Roku box, if you will. And there's the top of it. It has a nice grill. And right here, I don't know if you can see it, but midway, I don't know if I'm in the way there or not, but there's a little light that lights up green when the box is ready to go. There you can see the light a little bit better there. And lastly, this is what the back looks like. So there's no controls on it. There's a power cord. You can see that black power cord. And also you'll see the white internet cable that actually hooks up to the device so that you're actually hooked into the router and you are essentially wired. You're not going wireless with this box. So that's what it looks like. Nothing special. Again, no on and off, no controls, no nothing. Just the outlet in the back for your Ethernet cable and the power supply. So that's essentially what it looks like. Let's get into the meaningful part. How do you access it? Well, what Seagate has done is they've actually, we'll talk about the app in a minute because that's what goes on the smartphone or the iPad. So what you do is you go into a remote access site. This is totally free because you've signed up for it. And you put a username and password and you make yourself an administrator. And you basically will sign in. So right now I'm signing in and this is what you see. Now, as a default, it has a public folder. And I don't know if you can see it, but this says public. And the public folders are music, photos, and video. And you also have the ability to create whatever folders you want. So I'm going to go into video, and it's loading them up, and you're seeing this in real time. And I'm going to click on sample. And as you can see, a bunch of videos turned up. So I am going to just pick anyone randomly here. And you're seeing this in real time. You're still seeing this in real time. Here we go. So it was up. You can see it. The quality's actually quite decent, and it plays and streams quite well and quite fast. Again, this is in my home. The device is in my home. I'm in the studio on my computer, and you can, as I said, easily call up something and watch it. You also have the ability to go full frame, and what I'm seeing looks quite good. It's high def. Again, you're seeing it over the internet, so it's going through a lot of revisions. But again, color-wise and everything else-wise, it looks great. There's no question about it. Is it easy to use? It can't be any easier to use. So I'll stop this, and we'll go and pick another movie. We'll go to Rainforest. There it is. I didn't hit the play button before. That's why it didn't start. So I just hit it now. It's loading it up. Takes about 5 seconds to load, And again, there's just no problem. So this now provides you with the ability, like the Pogo plug used to, and then they got greedy and started charging. This will allow you to share your movies with anybody you want over your own media server. It will share your photos, it will share text documents, spreadsheets, whatever it is that you want. So that part works quite well, I must admit that. Now you also have the ability, and this is where it gets a little crazy, you have the ability to set up folders. And again, if it's in the public folder, anybody could see that public folder. So I'm going to open this up, and this is Mike's folder, and he has a video, and he has a PNG, a logo, basically there. So it allows us the ability to upload and download and have your own server for uploading and downloading files. Now you, as the administrator, have the ability to allow as many people as you want to have private files. There's no problem with that. But if you don't have their password, oddly enough, you can't get in and see what's on their file. So that's a little weird to me. I don't get it, but that's the way they do it. Now, let's for a minute talk about the app. So basically you get this, it's your file. It's your files wherever your PC is located. Your Mac, you have your own backup system. It will function as a backup to back up your computers. It will function as a repository for all your movies, your home movies, your DVDs, your photographs, whatever it is you want. You can upload them and you can watch them remotely. That's a great thing. Now, they make their own app, and the app is, again, for the iPhone or for the Android system. It's a free app. It costs absolutely nothing. And I'm going to go to support here on their main page and see if they have the apps. Also, by the way, you can get connected to Facebook and back up your whole Facebook photo pack or upload it. So that's a cool thing too. I don't see a place here to download the apps, but basically you're going to go into the Play Store or you're going to go into your App Store on the iPhone, Apple iTunes, and just download it. It's free. Now here's the rub. I've downloaded the app on my Android phone. Let's make it easy. As far as the Android is concerned, forget it. The app loads, you can't watch anything on it. At least my Samsung phone, I have the S3, forget it. The app looks great. I could see the movies, playing them, was not able to do it. Just wasn't able to do it. Now on a happier note, yours truly, my kids, for Father's Day, bought the Gadget Professor a gadget that he didn't have. I got an Apple Mini. I love it. I love it. I never thought I would say it, but I have owned no iPads. I had an iPhone when the first one came out, but never had an iPad Mini. I could tell you that right now. I love this thing, and I'll get into that at some other point in time. But I loaded the app on the brand new iPad Mini, and again, the app came up, no problem. The bottom line was, it's unusable. Now here's the part that irks me while I feel it's unusable. When you go to see your movies and you have 10, 12, 15 movies, you see them all, you can't watch them. You have to download them onto the actual device. I don't want to do that. I don't want to pack this up with a million movies. Yeah, you can take them off after you're done. And I guess if you're going on an airplane, you can download 1 or 2 movies and have them there. But the whole beauty of streaming is to be able to stream. Now I'm able to stream when I go on the website, when I'm able to go on the website here, and this is called remoteaccess.tapin.com. That's a service that was actually teamed up, that Seagate teamed up with. So if I'm on the server via a browser, I can watch the movie streamed. If I'm on the app, I can see the movie there, I can't watch it, I have to download it. That makes no sense to me whatsoever, but that's the way they do it. So when I have to review this, I'll say this. If you want a relatively inexpensive way of getting your own cloud and sharing your movies, and you're going to be watching them off the browser, this fills the need. It also does a nice job of backing up your data automatically. It also does a nice job of saving your files on Facebook, your photos, and backing that up. It does a great job with that. One of the main problems I have with it is the app is almost useless. It's a very kludgy interface, even on the server. I don't like the way it limits you to allow permissions and deny permissions. It doesn't have a lot of robustness, if you will. There's not a lot of features. And I want the ability, I bought the thing, I should be able to create permissions as the owner and administrator of the device. I should say, hey, Tom, you can read, you can write, you can look at it. But Sam, you only can view. You don't have the ability to load stuff or download stuff. You only could view. There's no options to do that. That's annoying. And last but not least, it's not a RAID configured drive. And I've talked about RAID, and I'll just review very quickly. If you have one hard drive and it dies, all the data on that is dead. If you have two drives, you can configure those in what's called a RAID configuration, R-A-I-D, and there's different numbers of RAID. There's RAID 1, RAID 2, RAID 3, and it's a matter of redundancy. So essentially, if you had two drives, it's a RAID and it's in a RAID configuration. If the one drive dies, the data is still protected, all compressed on that other drive. If you had three drives, then it would be compressed to that extent, so on and so forth. But you need a minimum of two drives to be RAID, and RAID gives you that extra security that if the drive dies, one drive dies, you're not going to lose everything, which is why you have two. So if I had to grade this, I would say it's okay. They need a lot of work on their software, and what I don't get is it's easy to do. It's not like rocket science, so hopefully there'll be upgrades to it. My recommendation right now would be, it's $149, by the way, for a 3 terabyte drive. I bought it at Sam's Club, $140 for a 3 terabyte drive. That in itself is not bad with the functionality that it gives you. But if you're looking for something that's going to be secure, this is not it, because it's not a RAID configuration. If you're looking for something that you can stream your videos on your smartphones or your tablets, this is not the device. Yes, you can go onto the browser on your smartphone or your tablet and pick it up that way and stream it from that application. But why make an app specifically for the Seagate, Central drive? Why make an app, have it for free, and have no functionality? I don't get it. So that's my review today. I hope I'll see everybody next week. Thank you so much for tuning in. So long from the Gadget Professor.
The Gadget Professor is produced by Don Baine, Multimedia Communications, LLC. If you would like your product reviewed on The Gadget Professor or would like to appear on The Gadget Professor, contact us via email at thegadgetprofessor@gmail.com. The opinions expressed on the program by the host, guests, call-in listeners, or chatters are solely the opinions of the original source who expressed them. And thank you for watching The Gadget Professor.